Having perfect grades and praying to the Lord was important to my grandfather. He understood that I didn't want to be one of those kids that stay home and study every day and don't do anything outside or go to church every Sunday. So did he. He always told me, I just want you to play soccer, read the Bible, and get good grades. We didn't grow up in a safe neighborhood, so he always encouraged me to be street smart. Street smart is having the knowledge to deal with danger or anything in an urban environment. He never told me who to hang out with or why am I doing certain stuff. He always encouraged me to learn for yourself. It's great great value everywhere in life, regardless of how far you are. He always told me, if you're book smart and street smart, it always give you advantage in life. When he was giving advice, he always mentioned I should realize my life was not easy growing up. I had to face struggles growing up. Not everyone gets to leave Jamaica and come to America to pursue a better chance of education. He always informed me about how my friends were doing, if they have jobs, how society's treating them, and if they have children right now. The first story, it reminded me of a quote that said the race is not for the swift, but those who can endure it. Because basically the race is not for who's fast, but who can endure pain and suffering while showing strength. Secondly, he doesn't want me to go around the world not paying attention to what actually is going on in today's society. Thirdly, his advice makes me work harder. Sometimes I feel like I need to work harder for my friends and family who didn't get a better chance, who didn't get the same opportunities as I. I learned from my grandfather, and I will always be thankful for what he did and continues doing for me. Because even though he's not with me, I always have the memories of all the lessons he taught me.
It's appointed unto man once to die, but after
It's great value everywhere in life, regardless of how far from the streets you are. He always told me, if you're book smart and street smart, it always give you advantage in life. When he was giving advice, he always mentioned I should realize my life was not easy growing up. I had to face struggles growing up. Not everyone gets to leave Jamaica and come to America to pursue a better chance of education. He always informed me about how my friends were doing, if they have jobs, how society's treating them, and if they have children right now. The first story, it reminded me of a quote that said the race is not for the swift, but those who can endure it. Because basically the race is not for who's fast, but who can endure pain and suffering while showing strength. Secondly, he doesn't want me to go around the world not paying attention to what actually is going on in today's society. Thirdly, his advice makes me work harder. Sometimes I feel like I need to work harder for my friends and family who didn't get a better chance, who didn't get the same opportunities as I. I learned from my grandfather, and I will always be thankful for what he did and continues doing for me. Because even though he's not with me, I always have the memories of all the lessons he taught me.
it's appointed unto man once to die, but after cometh the judgment. Even though it's hard to lose the one you love, to finally have to say goodbye, you try to be strong, but the pain keeps holding on, and all that you can do is cry. But may the good Lord be your pillar of comfort. May he be the arm of your strength. On behalf of myself and the Williams family, I would like to express condolence and sympathy to the South family, especially to my beloved auntie, Auntie Bev, to my cousins Toya, Kenny, Carol, Gregory, and the rest of the extended families. I remember Uncle Goody as a quiet nobleman. He's always smiling. He didn't speak much, but you can feel the warmth of his love and affection towards his family and extended families. He was a good father to his children, a wonderful grandfather to his grandchildren. He was a great brother to his siblings, and he was a loving and affectionate husband to his wife. Uncle Goody, sleep on, beloved. Sleep and take your rest. We love you, but Jesus loves you the best. Goodbye.
Hi. Good morning, family and friends. This is a sad occasion for us all. I really wish I could be there, but because of circumstances out of my control, I couldn't. I am here to say goodbye to my wonderful Uncle Goody, or my dad would call him, Was. He and his wife helped raise me from a baby to my teenage years. I have never spent a weekend at my house. It's always either by Uncle Goody or country. He loves to dance even when it hurts to watch. And you can't tell him say, and I dance him a dance. He was vibrant, encouraging, loving, and caring. Human being I ever know, who I'm gonna miss dearly. The last time I spoke to him, we had a good conversation. That was last December, when I was going through a difficult time. And he encouraged me and ensured me that everything would be alright. And that I shouldn't worry because everything will work out. We spoke for an hour. We spoke about forgiveness. We spoke about family. And how we should always stick together, no matter what. My uncle is legendary. The legendary Uncle Goody. He will always be a legendary. He will always be a legendary. Sorry. He will always be a legend in my eyes. And a godfather for our family. A great leader. A great provider. And a great protector. Losing you and never seeing you again hurts more than you will ever know. But all I can say for now is, Uncle, you had a wonderful life, a wonderful family who loves you unconditionally.
Why should the shadow come? Why should my heart be lonely and long for heaven and home when Jesus is my portion, my constant friend is He. His eyes on the sparrow, and I know He watches me. His eyes on the sparrow, and I know He watches me. I sing because I'm happy. I sing because I'm free. His eyes on the sparrow, and I know He watches me. I sing because I'm happy. I sing because I'm free. His eyes on the sparrow, and I know He watches over me. Rest in peace, Goody. We love you in life and we'll continue to love you in death. Rest in peace, Goody.
Hello everyone, this is Nicola Nicholson Pearson. I was a teacher at Waterford Infant School. I live in Waterford as a tenant. Mr. South was my landlord, of course. I can say that Mr. South was a wonderful person, very caring. He takes care of me and makes sure that I am comfortable. Myself and my 2 kids. I would owe him money, of course, for 2-3 months, and he never put me out. He wouldn't curse me, or he tell it to anyone. You know, he's very confident, and I really appreciate that of him. You know, Mr. South likes to talk. He liked to tell a lot of stories, and I would listen. You know, I appreciate knowing him, and I'm glad also that I learned that he was from Manchester, and that's where I am from too. But Mr. South is going to be greatly missed. I am glad that I met such a wonderful person, you know, who played such a significant role in my life. Because I believe it was for anyone else, I would have been put out and been disgraced. Thank you, Mr. South, for not disgracing me and for being understanding. Mr. South, may your soul rest in peace.
Good afternoon, everyone. I would just like to say on behalf of the Willis family that we were blessed to have known Goody South, Jeffrey. He was the best neighbor anyone could ask for. He was a friend. There was never a dull moment with him, and we just hope that these memories will just stay with you and that you will just remember him, and every time you get a memory of him you will just be happy and just cheer up, because I know he wouldn't want to see us living sad. So God bless you, keep the faith, and I know God will take care of you.
Today I would like to pay tribute to a friend and a great Jamaican man, Mr. Jeffrey South. As the saying goes, a good tradesman is never out of work. He was very reliable, very professional, client-focused, dedicated, and definitely best value for money on all matters electrical. Indeed, Mr. South readily shared his experiences on the job and pitfalls to avoid during construction, which I will continue to treasure. On the personal side, he was family-oriented, jovial, a storyteller, and very supportive. I can recall his support when I lost both my parents in quick succession in 2016 and 2017. Mr. South and his team journeyed to the hills of St. Anne to give his support, and we were very appreciative of that. Most recently on Ash Wednesday of this year, when my son fell and hit his head in Alva St. Anne, where Mr. South and his team were working, cutting walls to run pipes, electrical pipes. Mr. South was among one of the first to rally around and quickly suggested the remedy of sugar and water, the good sugar and water. He had to work in that scenario. Mr. South was very caring. I never knew that would have been the last time I would have seen Mr. South. I remember a week before he died, he called to follow up on my son, and we spoke. And I never knew that would have been the last time that we would have spoken. We spoke about many things, but most importantly, we always speak about how to find a way to give thanks in every situation. That's what I want to remember about Mr. South. We miss having our friend around, but God said it's time for his eternal rest, and he answered, I am ready. From the Wisdom's family, immediate and extended, we would like to express our sincere condolences to the South family, especially to his wife, his children, and grandchildren.
The heaven declared the glory of God, the filaments raised on the world. Let's talk about South. Well, South and me come from far. And we know the food. And my brethren for years. Most people take me and him for brother. And I just say, yeah man, enough people when they see me and ask me, yeah my brother. I say, yeah man. I say, yeah man, and up. So this happen now, kind of move me away. Because a man is so kind. He does so much thing for me. A lot of things him do for me. I appreciate it when him do. I wish all the best to him family. God guide and protect them. And keep in good health. Wife and him daughters them and him daughter them. Well, gladly I know I'm glad to be there, but so that's a workout that I couldn't be there. Start is there. Wish I did there could have helped hold all the coffin when they carry it out and touch it to show the love. Side is a man, we call him Side. Some people call him Goody and South and thing, we call him Side.
Officiating minister, relatives, friends, well-wishers, virtual loved ones, greetings to you all. I would like to thank everyone for their love and support and for their encouraging comments, because we appreciate everyone who is and was inspired by the Felicitous Goody's life journey. When I say that he is felicitous, I am simply saying that while he lived, he was happy, delightful, pleasant, skillful, successful, prosperous, and fortunate. Well, today is a celebration of the pride and joy Goody brought to our lives. And it's also a chance to find inspiration in the message that he left for us. So I would like to share a part of Goody's story from the privileged memories and lenses of Milton Williams, my dear Uncle Groupty, who lives in England. In the Williams South family, there are many of us as cousins, and as a result of our great number, there is a variety of different age groups. The tendency among us as cousins is to form cliques, close bonds, and friendships with those of our own age group, and it is not unusual among us to have 2 or even 3 of us in the same class at school. But even though Goody was much older than I, we had a close friendship. My close friendship and bond with Goody developed during my years traveling to the United States as a farm worker. Each time I need to go to Kingston to do my tests, Goody and Bev would welcome me in their home. They were always kind and hospitable to me. I remember the first time I received a call to travel to America. I had absolutely no knowledge of where to go in Kingston for processing. But a family member said to me, just get to Goody's house in Waterford and you will be fine. He will take you there. I was given directions how to get to his address. When I got there, he was pleased to see me. When I told him why I was there, they were even happier for me. I slept at his house that night, and early in the morning we catch the bus and traveled into Kingston, and he took me to Anova Street in Kingston, where the testing was taking place. He then gave me instructions concerning which bus to take to get back to his address that evening. The reasons why I highly appreciated and respected Goody so much for his kindness and hospitality is, in those days, I didn't have a phone to inform him to say I was coming. Each time, I just turned up, uninformed or unannounced. And all he would say is, "Oh, is that time to travel again?" The next reason is the testing in Kingston can last up to 4 or 5 days, and men traveling from far like myself, who has nowhere to stay, have to sleep on concrete slabs without having a shower or a proper meal for the duration. At Goody's home, I was given a comfortable bed to sleep in, a healthy breakfast in the mornings, and a nice dinner in the evenings, and shower twice a day. The treatment I received was so excellent that I sometimes jokingly referred to my time staying at Bev and Goody's as a vacation break from the country. When we last spoke on the phone, I was overjoyed because Goody told me he had submitted his life to Jesus, baptized, and was now a member of the church. Thanks, Goody, for touching our lives in so many ways. Your disposition was a true reflection of the name Goody. You were a good son, a good grandson, a good nephew. You were a good brother, a good brother-in-law, and a good uncle. You were a good husband, a good father, and a good grandfather. You were a good cousin, and to many a very good friend. You are gone, but the memories of goodness and kindness you displayed among us will always remain with us. Rest in peace, Goody.
Good morning, or whenever this message is being received. I'd just like to say Mr. South was a very hard man, but a very respectful one. I mean, I have the utmost respect for him. He only showed me the same. I'm hurt to hear about this. My condolences to the whole South family. May he rest in peace. You know, God only takes the best.
Hello, good morning everyone. This is Deborah Clark, a family friend of Mr. South, or you can call it his son. But it's a very hard road for everyone right now, losing Mr. South in a very quick time. But knowing this man was always working. Never know of this man being sick or anything like that. So when I got the news about his passing, was a very shocking. I don't even know what to say right now. I'm confused as we speak. When Taya even tell me, I said, pass? Who named daddy? Come here, I wonder if he's one of her friend names. So come here, I said, I don't know if Mr. South will be sick. So how him pass? She tell me say him pass in the morning and she rush with him go to the hospital now. Actually for the whole day, I'm free. I don't eat no food basically. Come here, I say, something can't go so. I lost my mother 2 years ago and now Mr. South dead. Mr. South come like a father to me. Anytime I want a fatherly advice, you can call him and say, Mr. South, what do you think about this? And him give me honest advice about any situation. And then him that give you the good whole handshake. And everybody who knows Mr. South know that handshake. So it's kind of hard still, but my condolences. Everybody just hold the faith, keep strong, and trust in God. Mr. South soul will rest in eternal peace.
Ralph Waldo Emerson is said to have commented that the purpose of life is not to be happy, but to be useful, honorable, compassionate, and to have it make some difference that you have lived and live well. And it's a privilege to speak of one who has exemplified this purpose. Such a person was Mr. Jeffrey South. I came to know Mr. Jeffrey South in the year 1994. I had just started my teaching journey at the Gregory Park All-Age School, where he was engaged by the school as an electrician whenever the need arose. One thing that was noticeable about him was that he was always willing to engage anyone in a good conversation. Mr. South exuded a noticeably warm and welcoming personality. Those characteristics made it easy for anyone to get along with him. If you're talking to Mr. South for the first time, the way in which he related to you made it appear as if you had known him a long time ago. As a school's electrician, there was no task too complex for him to fix. Whenever he fixed an electrical problem, you could consider it completely done. You would never experience that problem again. It was this high level of professional accuracy that drew the attention of a lot of teachers and other staff members to him. In a short time, whenever members of the Gregory Park All-Age School experienced electrical problems in their homes, communities, churches, or wherever the problem existed, the person that they readily called upon to fix those problems was Mr. South. He had by then earned the confidence of everybody as the electrician of choice. Little did we know that Mr. South was also a highly sought after electrician inside and outside the parish of St. Catherine. May his soul rest in peace and the light perpetually shine on him.
Today we celebrate the passing of a legend. Deep in our hearts, his memories will survive for his expression of love, godliness, commitment, integrity, and responsibility. The man Jeffrey was one of God's own heart, touching hearts and minds in mesmerizing ways. His godliness, generosity, competencies, and benevolence were experienced by all. Jeffrey was professional at his skills that benefited all strata of society. May the angel transport his soul to glory. May it repose in the arms of Abraham. May light perpetually shine on him. Farewell, Jeffrey. 1,000 times farewell. Tribute from Mr. Emil A. Finley, Director and Senior Research Technologist at Westminster Consulting Group Limited. I would like to express sympathies to the family of Jeffrey South, otherwise known as Goody. I met Goody during my time as an engineer and technologist in the sugar industry, specifically at the Sugar Industry Research Institute, known as SRRI or SIRI, Factory Technology Division. He was an extremely knowledgeable professional and was able to carry out his assigned tasks efficiently. He also had a very humorous side to him, which helped to put everyone at all levels at ease. I got to know Goody very well, and I consider him a friend. May his soul rest in peace.
Hello everyone, my name is Kanato I'm going to talk about my dad, Jeffrey James South, and some of the wisdom that he has shared with me and passed down to me. As everyone know, that daddy usually daddy was a provider, so he taught us a lesson that anything that you do in school, make sure so you can put food on your table. And he always talk about the Bible and talk about the whole family value issue. Me going to country every holiday, meeting families, talking with families, hanging with families, just the whole family experience, the value of how important family is, and also how important the Bible is. One of the lessons that really stick by me, that really impact me today, was the lesson of reading. Growing up, I was always a good student studying math, but I was a little bit weak at the English language, because daddy usually come by at the school, and the teacher then would talk to daddy and say, yo, Mr. South, you have a smart son, but he need to improve on his English. So teacher would recommend that he need to do reading and expand on his vocabulary and get more comfortable with the language. Anyhow, daddy come up with this brilliant idea. What can I do to make Kenny start reading? So daddy say, you know what, Kenny, I go pay you for buy the paper and start read. And read it every day. Anyhow, I guess because of me being lazy, didn't take up daddy on his offer. And daddy will continue to remind me that, you know what, the money you're still waiting on, you know. Anyhow, the first time it hit me is when I failed my CXC exam. And I'm like, my God, the language that we use every day, if I was reading, expanding my vocabulary, understanding the jargons of sentence, I wouldn't have to redo this test. And it first hit me, I had to spend 1 year to redo back that course, which was very painful and embarrassing to me. And that's when I kind of see the value. So that was that was one lesson that I will forever pass on anyone, how important reading is. You know what, daddy has it gone, but sometimes I really still feel that you're like still here, and I know you'll be looking over me, and still remind me of the daily lesson in order to move forward and live a very successful life, because I know that you have all the wisdom to go through. And I will always remember the lesson that you always say, do good and good will follow you. But thank you for everything that you have done for me and for everyone. Love you, daddy. Bye-bye.
My brother, my caring brother, my heart is broken, but I know that the potter will mend it back together. In the mighty name of Jesus. My brother, my business advisor, my planning committee manager. He knows the key to a good business idea. My brother, my friend, my counselor, my advisor. My brother, from building to buying, real estate, laying out of a building, to banking, to how to treat customer, he knows how to deal with everything. He's a real deal in every area. Careful, caring, praying, loving, kind, trustworthy towards his family, his children, grandchildren, siblings, nephew, nieces, every relatives and friends and neighbors. He's a devoted Christian, true man of God who loves his family, loves keeping his family devotion at home. He loves his church and he loves to pray. He loves praying. He believes in the power of prayer. My prayer warrior. My prayer warrior. God, you know, only God no more know.
A tribute to Jeffrey. South. It's hard to say goodbye. I just want you to know that you will be greatly missed. My heart knows that for sure. 'Cause we will remember you, the friend and brother you were that put us through. When we were weak, you were strong. You had the strength to carry me, and you carried me, and you carried me, and you carried me, and you carried me, and you were the perfect father that I ever known, and you were the shoulder that I needed to call my own. Yes, we will remember you, the friend and brother you were that pulled us through. When we were weak, you were strong. You had the strength to carry me, and you carried me, and you carried me, and you carried me, and you carried me, and I feel like you're gone too soon, but I know it's God's perfect will. If I could turn back time, yes, you would be with me still. Yes, we will remember you, the friend and brother you were that pulled us through. When we were weak, you were strong. You had the strength to carry me, and you carried me, and you carried me, and you carried me, and you